Hello traders, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing great. So today we are going to be talking about three things. I think I will talk about the psychological levels, then how you mark out your zones, or maybe I'll just show you how I marked out the zone for this particular trade, and then how you find your entries. So let's get to the chart. As you can see, I'm in a trade volatility 10, and this is the 4 hours time frame. So guys, I've told you before that before you enter the market, you don't really need to stress yourself. All you need to do is to come down to your higher time frame whenever you open your chart. All you are looking for now is to mark out those zones where the market might respect when it gets to the place. So, and how you do that is by looking left. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. So now I hope you guys are seeing this. See all these wicks. Let me zoom in. See, these things are called wicks. They show rejection in the market. That's here. So as you can see, once you open your chart, you look left. By looking left, you're trying to find the zones, the places where we have these multiple wicks. So then all you have to do is to just try to mark the zone. So just mark out the zones where there are multiple rejections. So in that case, you are looking for support or resistance area. But I'm just trying to make it simple. As you can see, if you are going to the left, we still see these rejections. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm seeing here. So there are multiple rejections that time in that place. So before I took this trade, the market was, I think it was coming from this side. Like, let me zoom in a bit. So I had this set up, like, let's say a day or 2 days before the market came to the zone. So the setup has been there. So immediately I marked the zone. What I was waiting for then was for the market to give me a reversal pattern when it gets to the zone. So because if the market gets to the zone and break the zone, or maybe the market gets to the zone, I don't have to trade immediately. All I have to do is for the market to give me a reversal pattern before I enter my market. So all I did in my daily time frame is to mark out the zone. Then I head down to my smaller time frame so as to look for the reversal pattern. So we go to the 1 hour time frame. Let me zoom out. Okay, so guys, what are you seeing on my screen now? Do you see anything on the screen? Yeah. So if you look well, this is a reversal pattern. It's a head and shoulders pattern. Are you seeing it? This is the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. And I told you guys that whenever I see the right shoulder forming, that's where I place my trade, and then I go up. So there are basically 2 ways to enter the trade using the head and shoulders pattern. Like if you watched my previous video, you see how I explained it. So like there are 2 ways to enter the trade using the head and shoulders pattern. The first one is this. Okay, let me mark that. So this is the neckline now. This red line is the neckline. So if you see see your head and shoulders pattern forming, the way that I've seen many people enter the trade using this is at the break of this neckline. So the break and retest of the neckline. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see it. So this is the neckline. See? So the market broke the neckline here and then came back here to retest it. But not every time that the market retests any place that it breaks. Sometimes it will just break the place and then keeps going. So let me zoom out again. So this is one of the ways to enter. Market will break the neckline and then sometimes it will retest it and then it goes up. So all you need to do is, once you see the market break the neckline, either you enter or you wait for a retest, or maybe you have a strategy that shows you an entry. So all you have to do is to just find your confluence, so, and add it to this breakout, and then you enter. But for me, I like entering at the forming of the right shoulder, and then put my stop loss below this place. So this is where I enter whenever I see head and shoulders pattern forming. So either you enter at the forming of the right shoulder, or you enter at the break and neckline break. So these are the two ways. So another thing I'll be talking about is how I was able to enter the trade, because I won't just enter because I see the market forming the right shoulder. So that will take us to the next screen, and that is where I will also explain the power of, or how you use psychological levels to enter the market. As you can see, the current position of the market now, if I zoom in, this is 1 hour time frame. You see there was a bounce off from this place. The market bounced from this place. I knew the thing was going to happen. Like I could have scalped this movement to the upside, but because of this video, well, I will still show you. So let's get to the other screen. So this is where I marked everything out. Are you seeing this? The chart are both the same, but this one now is H4, and this is 1 minute time frame, 1 hour time frame. So let's go to this one where I have things marked out. So as you can see, this is where I entered the trade. The charts are the same. I just use the other one to explain the video so that these things won't confuse anybody. So this is my H4. Let's get down to H1. As you can see, everything is the same, but this is where I entered the market. So you see what I told you guys before about the psychological level, where the market bounced. Are you seeing it in this new window now? So I knew the market was going to bounce on this psychological level. This 6720.00 is a psychological level, and psychological levels are areas where the market tends to reverse. Like the market must reverse, or at least give you a pullback whenever it reach or it gets to a psychological level. It must give you a pullback. So if you start adding psychological levels to your chart, to your trading, then you see the difference. And the thing is, okay, let me show you a confluence on how I enter this market now. And I used psychological level to enter the market with the help of trend line. And again, okay, let me show you. No need to talk too much. So I entered the market using the 1 minute time frame. So this is where I entered the market. Let me go back to 1 hour again and show you something. You see, this place now is where the right shoulder formed. And in order for me not to enter the trade just anyhow, I need to look for a pattern or an entry, or just anything you call it, but just look for a confluence, something that will give you more confidence to enter the market. So this is where I entered the market, but I used the 1 minute time frame to make sure that I refined the entry. So I went down to my 1 minute time frame. Sorry guys. So let's go down to 1 minute time frame. Yeah. So when I was in the 1 minute time frame that time, this is what I saw. I saw the market coming down, giving me lower lows and lower highs. So all I did is to put out my trend line. Sorry about that. Yeah. So this is my trend line. I don't know why this is going back. So this is my trend line. As you can see, I'm moving my trend line. So this is my trend line. So immediately I saw the market giving me these lower lows and lower highs coming down. And then all I needed to do, and before this, whenever I see the market moving around that zone that the market is moving, I will place the psychological levels just in between or around all these. Like I can place 5 psychological levels around where the market is currently at, so as to, and why I'm doing this is to find or look out for the one that the market will respect. So, but market must surely give you a pullback whenever it gets to a psychological level. So, like if you are seeing this now, you see different bounce. See how the market is rejecting the trend, psychological levels. So that is what gave me this confluence. So with the help of this trend line now, if you look closely to this place, this is my trend line. As I saw the market giving me lower lows and lower highs, so I said to myself, if this market, I place my trend line, if this market can break above this trend line, that's where I entered my trade. That's where I'm going to enter my trade. This is what I told myself, if this market will break above this trend line and probably retest it, that is where I will enter my trade. And that is exactly what the market did. Because if you take a look at this place, the market broke above the trend line and then came to retest it. And on retesting it, it came exactly at my psychological level. Are you seeing this 6680.00? That is the psychological level. So as you can see, 2 of them collided here, the trend line and the psychological level. And at the same time, my moving average, are you seeing the 200 moving average? By the way, this is a 200 moving exponential moving average. So the 3 of them now gave me this confluence. Are you seeing this? Having these 3 here is enough confirmation for me to enter the market. So the function of the moving average now is whenever market gets to a moving average, it sometimes or most times it bounces off. So for the fact that I have my trend line here and the market came to retest the trend line at the same time hitting my psychological level, and at the same time my moving average is here, and I also know that I'm looking for a buy since the right shoulder of this head and shoulders pattern has formed. So with all those confluences, I entered the market. So that was how I entered the market. Then now currently at this place, I knew the market was going to bounce off because this is a psychological level. As you can see, this is the psychological level, 6720. As you can see, the market has rejected the place several times, even when the market was going up. So when it was going up, this place served as a resistance. Now, on coming down to this place, it became a support, and now again a support. So if you look to the left, you see that probably some time ago the market respected the place. Okay, are you seeing this place now? Are you seeing this? Yeah. So that's how you find a strong zone in the market. And this is how I use my psychological level. Let's go down to 1 minute. Let's see if there is a pattern forming. Because, okay, though this is a triple bottom in a 1 minute time frame, and I can take it as a buy if I want to. So, but that is how I use my psychological level. As you can see, multiple rejections on the psychological level. So guys, thank you for watching. This is how I used the psychological level, the moving average, and my trend line to enter the market. Please stay tuned and like my videos, subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss any video that I drop. Thank you.